What's up, guys? It's Friday, April 5th. It's 5:25 p.m. and this is a crypto market update before we head into the weekend. So we have some more data on the charts. We're going to go through the drivers. We're going to see where Bitcoin's at, and we're going to get into what could happen next. So first, starting off with the 10-year yield bond right now. So we've been tracking the 1 day on this, and right now we did see a pop up. We need to see this TSI cross down. When the TSI crosses down on the 10-year yield bond, like back here, February 28th, that's when Bitcoin had its pop up. If we go to the daily chart, you can see here February 28th was like right back here. We saw the pop up. So we need to see the 10-year bond roll over. We want to see the macro market drivers, the dollar, the bond yields go down so then crypto can go up. Looking at the 12-hour chart, we were starting to cross down. We got a little pop up today, but we are at a place in the TSI where we've seen prior rollovers. So this kind of zone right here, we've seen prior rollovers at. So maybe next week we could start to see the momentum start to shift down for the 10-year yield bond. Now let's go into the dollar. Let's look at the daily chart. So we're waiting for that daily chart on the dollar here to roll over. Looking at the TSI, we are getting close to crossing down, very close to crossing down. On the daily, if we look at the 12-hour, we did cross down. And with that cross down, we saw us go from over 105 to below 104. Today we saw a pop-up, but we saw a rejection. So we didn't have enough momentum with that little pop-up today to see that momentum in the oscillators curl up. So starting next week, we want to see continuation of the momentum going down here, because then we'll see the daily chart officially cross down on the TSI, which will be solid, because just like back here, February 19th, we saw the momentum on the daily chart for the TSI cross down February 20th, February 19th. And just like I was showing with Bitcoin, February 19th, February 20th was right back here when we started our big move up. So we need to see that happen. And then let's look at the pump or dump chart. So the last video I was saying, hey, we cannot break above this 786. So this red level. And we actually came right up to it again. Actually, I was taking this high down to this low like this, and we had broken above it like once, twice, 3 times as a recent. And each one of these times were the scary moments where altcoins, could have fallen off a cliff. Bitcoin could have broke 60K. But as long as we're below this level, then we're good to maintain holding up fine with cryptos. And potentially if we can break further down, that's what's going to cause cryptos to pump. So we need to maintain below this level. If we go to the 12-hour chart, let's look at the momentum. So momentum is still curled up. We need to cross down. We are holding the EMA ribbon as support right now on the 12-hour, but it's not flipped green yet. We need to see us break down below the EMA ribbon, the 50 moving average on the 12-hour like this, come down like that. So then this EMA ribbon can just keep rolling over like that. So that's the 12-hour chart. We look at the daily chart. We actually really need to get rejected here. And thankfully we did today and the past couple of days, because we had that 50-day moving average as well too, that we're kind of getting rejected at, and the top of the EMA ribbon as well too. And then we have the 21 moving average right there as well. So like I was saying before, we're in a moving average sandwich right now between the 50-day and the 21 moving average, and it's getting tight. We're getting tight here. So we need to see momentum curl over, which will then bring this TSI to cross down below that zero line. And then we'll see the pump dump chart go down, which means cryptos will go up. And then we need to see that blue get above the pink. We don't want to see that pink get rapidly go up and us to diverge where the pink goes up, blue comes down, just like it did back here where the blue went up, pink went down. When the blue's up, that means price going down. When the pink's up, price going up. So we need to see us roll over in the next couple of days here so we can see a nice pop for Bitcoin and then ultimately the altcoins. Then let's go into the alt season pull chart. So looking at the 1 day chart, we are crossed up right now. That TSI is going up with force. We look at we got a 1 day buy now as well too. We look at the blue and the pink, they're kissing right now. They're trying to decide which way they're trying to go. And we're at this critical moment where on the daily chart, we're fighting with this 50-day moving average. So we need to break back down into the belly of the beast so then altcoins can go on a nice rip. If we start to break above these key moving averages here, and head up to here, it's going to be a bloodbath for altcoins. So we need to see us get rejected and come back down and dip into the jaws of the belly of the beast. So on the daily chart, we're still heading up here. Let's look at the 12-hour. 12-hour is getting closer to being above that zero line. We did have a pop up to a new high today. We are coming down. We are trying to hold this 12-hour EMA ribbon as support. So the sooner that we can get back down below it, and then make our way back into the belly of the beast, the better. We don't want to spend a lot of time up here. And then if we do keep going up, then I'm targeting like 77.2% because that's where the 12-hour 200 moving averages are. Now let's go to the total crypto market cap on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we're still above this concrete zone. We have a lot of like support right here. We look at the 50-day moving average. It's right up there as well too. What Fibonacci's are these? So we have the concrete macro 786, so the bull market top, the bear market bottom there. We had extension levels there as well too. So we're kind of sandwiched right now and we're coiling up. We have this trend line coming up like this as well too. We have a trend line coming down like this. So in the month of April, we're about to make a big decision of which way we're trying to go here. And we can gauge the decision by looking at the momentum. We need to see the one-day TSI cross up above the zero line. We do see the MACD is kind of curling in. TSI is trying to hard stop and pivot. If we look at the stock RSI, we did come up, came back down. We do have a bit of a cross up. We're trying to change the momentum right now. On the daily chart, looking at the 12-hour, we did officially cross up and get above that 20 line, but we need to see more as far as the 12-hour stock RSI needs to get above that 50 line, because if it does, then we'll see that TSI cross up again like this, and then if we can get above the zero line, we're good for a double bottom, and we can have a nice pop up. So that's what I'm watching on the total crypto market cap, and it's saying that if we can break out of this like bull flag, then we can head up to this orange moving average here. We did get a 12-hour buy now back here. We popped up a bit, came back down to retest the same level. So this level is going to be so key to hold. And then looking at the total 3, the altcoin market cap on the daily chart, it looks exactly the same. So we need to see that momentum on the 12-hour come up. So then we can see the one day start to turn around here. Looking at the one-day chart, the pink and the blue are kissing. We're at a critical moment. They're going to decide what they want to do. So the pink needs to rapidly come up, blue come back down, a little bit of a rejection here. And then we need to see that TSI cross up on the daily, which we can gauge that by going down to the 12-hour. This is actually making a lower low, even though we have a higher low here. So we have a little bit of some hidden bullish divergence. We need to see follow through though. And if this total 3 market cap can get above 740 billion, reclaim that purple moving average, the 21 moving average, the 50 moving average is actually all sandwiched right there. And then the top of the EMA ribbon, if we can get back above there, hold that support, then in my opinion, we'll see those cross up at the momentum. And that will be like a springboard to get us up to retest this macro 786 right there and potentially bring us to new highs for the altcoins. So then let's look at the others market cap. We're at the same thing right now. If we look at the 12-hour chart, we actually are at a key level right now. We have this trend line from back here in January where we held some support. We're at it right now. There's a little bit of a more kind of upward slope and one like that we already broke. So it's going to be key that we come up here and break back above here so we can then come up to this 3618 extension and orange moving average, which is around 400 billion. So we need to see that momentum cross up, the momentum go up and turn quickly back to the upside to avoid a correction back down to a little bit of a new low, a lower low here to fill this wick. So that's what I'm watching as far as that goes. Bitcoin needs to get back above 69K. That's the key level. If we can get above 69K, then we'll see relief for altcoins. Getting above 71K will bring a nice thriving environment for altcoins. And then getting above 73K, then we can melt up. But until then, we're just going to ping pong back and forth. So we need to see the 12-hour cross up. All these charts, we need to see the same thing. We're looking at the 12-hour and the one day. We need to see the momentum come up. If we don't, for Bitcoin, the first level would be around 63K, which would be a must hold. If we break that, then we can come down to around, 55K, 54K, which is the purple moving average back here, as well as the 12-hour 200 moving averages. And then at the worst case scenario, coming down to 50K, which was the first concrete ceiling. After then going to the second one, we couldn't break above. So if we get rejected, we make new lows, we're going to retest the top of this previous concrete ceiling. So that's what I'm watching, guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Those are the things that you want to watch. The one day 50 moving average as well too. So like we're coiling up. We're coiling up. We do see the momentum on the 1 day starting to curl up on the stock RSI, but really we need more. We need the TSI to go up. So that's what I'll be watching. It is Friday, April 5th. It's late in the day. So by Sunday, it's going to be an extremely important weekly close. So we'll be watching that. I'll be keeping people updated in the Discord. There's a lot of things coming up that could throw curveballs at everything. We have the halving coming up. We also have the solar eclipse coming up. We also had the jobs report today that was a little bit, people weren't expecting the numbers on that. So we saw a little bit of a dip, but we recovered today. So there's a lot of things at play here. But as long as we're watching the drivers, as long as we're watching that momentum on the daily and 12-hour chart, we'll be able to gauge kind of the direction here over the next week or so. So that's going to be it. I'll be in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join it. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys in there and in the next video.